If you're trying to make more money, you've got to stick around for this video because I'm sharing 10 books that promise to elevate your earnings. I'm talking about boosting your earnings, not just by working harder, but by working smarter and making better choices with your money. Think about it. What if you could learn from people who've already made it, who have figured out the secrets to building wealth and growing their income? That's what we're getting into today. From classic investment advice to mindset shifts, these 10 books cover everything you need to know to elevate your finances. By the end of this video, you'll have a reading list that could totally transform your approach to money. I'd like to mention that we already covered a few of the books featured in today's video. For your convenience, I'll provide links to those summaries below this video. I encourage you to explore them once you've finished watching. Now, without further ado, subscribe to the channel and let's get started. The first book on our list is Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. This book has changed the way a lot of people think about money, and it's easy to see why. Kiyosaki tells the story of his two dads, one biological and one his best friend's dad, and how they had totally different views on money. His poor dad was all about the traditional path, get a good education, find a secure job, and climb the corporate ladder. But his rich dad took a different approach, focusing on creating wealth through investments and entrepreneurship. What makes this book so interesting is how Kiyosaki breaks down complex financial concepts into simple, everyday examples. He talks about assets and liabilities, but not in a boring textbook way. He explains that assets are things that put money into your pocket, like rental properties or stocks that pay dividends, while liabilities are things that take money out of your pocket, like a mortgage or credit card debt. It's like thinking of assets as money-making machines, while liabilities are money-sucking vacuums. Kiyosaki encourages readers to think beyond the 9-to-5 grind and start building their own paths to financial freedom. He shows that you don't need a massive salary to be rich. You need a mindset that prioritizes building assets over accumulating liabilities. This book is like a financial wake-up call, making you question everything you thought you knew about money. Overall, if you're looking to change your perspective on wealth and learn some practical steps to get there, Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a must-read. It's not just about making money. It's about creating a lifestyle where your money works for you, instead of the other way around. Give it a read, and you might just start seeing the world a little differently. All right, now, let's dive into the next book, The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas J. Stanley and William D. Danko. This book is like peeking behind the curtain of wealth to see what's really going on. So picture this. You might think millionaires are all about flashy cars and big mansions, right? Well, think again. Stanley and Danko reveal something quite surprising. Most millionaires are living right next door to us, living quite modestly. They're not driving Lamborghinis, they're driving used cars, just like you and me. It's all about being smart with your money. These millionaires aren't blowing their cash on things they don't need. They're budgeting, they're saving, and they're making every dollar count. It's like they've got this secret formula for success, and it's not what you'd expect. Now here's the kicker. They're not just being cheap for the sake of it. They're making strategic financial decisions that pay off big time in the long run. It's like they're playing a game of chess while everyone else is playing checkers. The Millionaire Next Door is like a wake-up call for anyone who thinks wealth is all about showing off. It's about being smart, being frugal, and making your money work for you. Now let's dive into another gem from our list of 10 books that promise to elevate your earnings. This time we're talking about Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Now this book isn't just about making money, it's about changing your whole mindset. Hill didn't just sit down and write this book out of thin air. Nope. He interviewed some of the most successful people of his time to figure out what made them tick. And you know what he found. It's not just about how smart or talented you are, it's about how you think. Think of it like this. Imagine you're trying to build a house, but you've got all the wrong tools. No matter how hard you work, it's just not going to come together. Think and Grow Rich gives you the right tools for building your financial future. It's like upgrading from a rusty hammer to a shiny new toolkit. One of the big ideas in this book is the power of setting clear goals. It's like having a roadmap for your life. If you know where you're going, you're more likely to get there. Hill talks about how to visualize your goals and stay focused on them, even when things get tough. So if you're ready to change your mindset and start thinking like the rich, Think and Grow Rich is the book for you. It's like flipping a switch in your brain and seeing the world in a whole new way. Trust me, once you start applying the principles in this book, you'll be on your way to bigger and better things. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far and want more topics like this, comment the word "more" so I know. Now let's dive into The 4-Hour Workweek by Timothy Ferriss. This book will have you rethinking your whole approach to work. You know how most people grind away at their jobs, waiting for the weekend, counting down the days until their next vacation? Ferriss flips that script completely. He asks, what if you could work a lot less and still earn a good living? Here's the big idea. He talks about lifestyle design. Instead of slogging through a 9-to-5 job, he shows you how to create a life where you focus on what really matters. This doesn't mean quitting your job tomorrow. It's about working smarter, not harder. Ferriss suggests ways to automate and outsource tasks so you can free up time for the things you actually enjoy. Imagine you run a small business but spend hours answering emails and handling mundane tasks. He shows you how to outsource that work, maybe to a virtual assistant or through software automation so you can focus on the big picture. He also talks about mini retirements. Instead of saving up for one big retirement at the end of your career, he suggests taking small breaks throughout your life. It's like having long weekends sprinkled across your calendar instead of one long stretch at the end. This way you get to enjoy life now, not just when you're 65. Another cool thing about this book is the concept of geo-arbitrage. This means earning money in a place with high wages, but living somewhere with a lower cost of living. Ferriss gives examples of people who work remotely from low-cost countries while making US or European salaries. It's a game changer for anyone who dreams of working from a beach in Thailand or a cozy village in Europe. The 4-Hour Workweek is filled with these unconventional ideas, and it challenges you to think about work in a new way. If you're tired of the daily grind and want to explore different ways of earning a living, this book could be just what you need. Now, if you're interested in a more comprehensive summary of Timothy Ferriss's book, The 4-Hour Workweek, please indicate by commenting with the word book in the comments section, so I know. All right, next on our list is Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. This book is like having a chat with a friend who's super successful but doesn't rub it in your face. Eker dives into the mindset that separates the wealthy from everyone else, and the best part is, he believes anyone can adopt this mindset with a little work. Eker talks about the idea that we all have a sort of money blueprint. It's like a default setting in your brain about money and wealth. This blueprint comes from your upbringing, your family's attitude towards money, and the messages you've absorbed over the years. It's what makes some people save every penny while others spend like there's no tomorrow. In Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, Eker explains how you can rewire this blueprint. It's like going into your phone settings and changing your default apps. He provides exercises and thought experiments that help you identify limiting beliefs about money. You know, those nagging thoughts like, I'm not good with money, or rich people are greedy. Eker's point is that these beliefs are holding you back, but once you identify them, you can start replacing them with positive ones. The book offers practical advice on setting clear financial goals, staying disciplined, and even using affirmations to boost your confidence with money. It's about shifting your mindset from scarcity to abundance. What I love about this book is that it's not just about getting rich. It's about changing the way you think about success. It's a blend of self-help and financial advice that leaves you feeling empowered to take control of your financial future. So, if you want to know how wealthy people really think, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind is a great place to start. Next on our list is Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. This book is like having a chat with a friend who's super successful but doesn't rub it in your face. Eker dives into the mindset that separates the wealthy from everyone else. And the best part is, he believes anyone can adopt this mindset with a little work. Eker talks about the idea that we all have a sort of money blueprint. It's like a default setting in your brain about money and wealth. This blueprint comes from your upbringing, your family's attitude towards money, and the messages you've absorbed over the years. It's what makes some people save every penny while others spend like there's no tomorrow. In Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, Ecker explains how you can rewire this blueprint. It's like going into your phone settings and changing your default apps. He provides exercises and thought experiments that help you identify limiting beliefs about money. You know, those nagging thoughts like, "I'm not good with money," or "rich people are greedy." Ecker's point is that these beliefs are holding you back, but once you identify them, you can start replacing them with positive ones. The book offers practical advice on setting clear financial goals, staying disciplined, and even using affirmations to boost your confidence with money. It's about shifting your mindset from scarcity to abundance. What I love about this book is that it's not just about getting rich. It's about changing the way you think about success. It's a blend of self-help and financial advice that leaves you feeling empowered to take control of your financial future. Book 7, The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. We all know that starting a business can feel like walking through a maze with no map. But Eric Ries has a guide for us with his book, The Lean Startup. It's a book that flips traditional business thinking on its head, showing us that you don't need a huge budget or a perfect plan to get started. Instead, it's all about moving fast, learning quickly, and not being afraid to change direction if things aren't working. One of the key ideas in The Lean Startup is the concept of the minimum viable product, or MVP for short. Instead of spending months or years creating something perfect, Ries suggests making a basic version of your product or service and getting it out there quickly. This way, you can get feedback from customers early on and figure out what's working and what's not. It's like taking a test drive before you buy the car. Another big takeaway from this book is the idea of pivoting. This doesn't mean abandoning your idea altogether. It means adjusting your course based on what you learn. Picture it like playing a video game. You might have to take a few wrong turns before you find the right path. In business, this could mean changing your target audience or tweaking your product to better meet customer needs. The Lean Startup also talks about the importance of measuring your progress with real data. It's not enough to just go with your gut feeling. You need to track what's actually happening in your business. It's like keeping score in a game to know if you're winning or not. If you can measure it, you can improve it. Overall, The Lean Startup is a must-read for anyone thinking about starting a business or wanting to bring some fresh energy into their current one. It's practical, to the point, and filled with advice that can really make a difference. All right, dive into the next book, The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. This book is like your wise old uncle who's been through the ups and downs of the stock market and is here to share his wisdom with you. Now, Graham isn't just any investor. He's considered the father of value investing. What's that, you ask? Well, think of it like this. Imagine you're at a flea market and you spot a vintage watch buried under a pile of old magazines. You know it's worth way more than the price tag because it's undervalued. That's the essence of value investing. Finding stocks that are priced lower than their true worth. But Graham doesn't stop there. He's also big on risk management. Picture this, you're planning a road trip and you want to make sure your car is in top condition before hitting the highway. Similarly, Graham emphasizes the importance of analyzing stocks to minimize risks and maximize returns. It's like doing your homework before making any big decisions. Now, here's the kicker. Graham warns against falling for the hype and speculation that often surround the stock market. It's like when everyone's talking about the latest fad diet, but you know better than to jump on the bandwagon without doing your research first. He encourages investors to stay disciplined and stick to their long-term strategies. So if you're ready to take your investing game to the next level, The Intelligent Investor is your playbook. Graham's timeless principles will help you navigate the ever-changing landscape of the stock market with confidence and clarity. It's like having a seasoned mentor by your side, guiding you toward financial success. Now let's talk about Atomic Habits by James Clear. This book is all about making those small changes that add up to big results. Think of it like building a brick wall. Each tiny habit is a brick, and together they create a strong structure. Clear breaks down how habits are formed and gives us some real-life examples that make it all click. It's like realizing that brushing your teeth every day keeps your smile bright and healthy. Small actions, big impact. He's not just telling us to do stuff, though. Clear dives into the science behind habits and explains why they stick or slip away. It's like peeking behind the curtain and seeing the mechanics of our own behavior. One of the coolest things about Atomic Habits is how Clear focuses on making changes that fit into our lives seamlessly. It's not about overhauling everything overnight. It's about making tweaks here and there that we can stick with for the long haul. He gives us practical strategies for building good habits and breaking bad ones. It's like having a secret weapon in the battle against procrastination or unhealthy routines. And the best part? Clear shows us that we're not stuck with the habits we have now. We have the power to change, to grow, and to become the best versions of ourselves, one small habit at a time. All right, let's talk about Gary Vaynerchuk's Crushing It. This book is a goldmine for anyone who's ever thought about using social media to boost their career or start a business. Gary V, as he's known, has a way of taking all those confusing social media concepts and breaking them down into simple, practical advice. It's like having a super smart friend who just gets how this whole online thing works. What makes Crushing It special is that it's not just about building a business. It's about building a personal brand. Gary V shows you how to make yourself stand out in a crowded digital world. He talks about the power of storytelling, why authenticity is key, and how to turn your passion into something that resonates with others. It's like he's saying, hey, just be yourself, but make sure everyone knows about it. One of the coolest parts of the book is the success stories. Gary V highlights real people who have used social media to create amazing businesses, from YouTubers to Instagram influencers. These stories are super inspiring because they show you that you don't need a fancy degree or a ton of money to make it big online. You just need a great idea, a lot of hustle, and a smartphone. Crushing It also digs into the different platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok and explains how to use each one to its fullest potential. It's like a cheat sheet for the social media game. Gary V's energy and enthusiasm are infectious, and by the time you're done with the book, you'll be ready to grab your phone and start creating content. If you're looking to level up your online presence or just want to understand how to make social media work for you, Crushing It is the book to read. So there you have it. 10 books that promise to elevate your earnings. These books promise to give you practical tips and new perspectives to elevate your game and bring you closer to your financial goals. Now, if you found this video helpful, I highly recommend watching my next video, which is the perfect complement to this one. Thank you for joining us today. And don't forget, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your engagement is like applause for our efforts, and it motivates us to bring even more valuable content your way. So feel free to drop a comment below. I appreciate your support, and I'll see you in my next video.